Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. I've got Nick Santiago, President and CEO, InTheMoneyStocks.com. Nick, thanks for coming back on the show.
Always great to be back, Michael. Thank you for having me.
All right. These are the days I love you being on the show. Extreme movements in a lot of different markets, and a guy that's hit it out of the park time after time after time up at bat. What's going on with Google?
All right, I wanted to talk a little bit about Google because I'm starting to see signs of distribution. If you remember back, middle of last year, I was telling you I was starting to see signs of distribution in Apple. And I said they'll probably take that Apple up to around the 700 level, maybe a little bit higher, and then they'll drop it. I'm starting to get my first telltale signs that Google is getting ready for a pretty, I think, a major move lower. So, in fact, today some analysts upgraded it to, I think, $1,200 or $1,100 a share. I'm seeing distribution in the stock, so I wouldn't be a buyer here. I'm not ruling out that it can't go up a little bit higher, but right now I would tell your listeners be real careful with Google here because I'm getting ready to short it.
And you've got an idea of a price target in mind.
I do. I got to put it together a little bit more with the pattern. So we're getting there. It's not 100% ready yet, but I'm watching this closely, and I'm just giving fair warning to the listeners out there that while it can go up higher, I wouldn't rule out a little bit more of a move up. It's still technically in an uptrend. But I am seeing distribution, and distribution leads to it's kind of the way the institutions will distribute stock. If they're holding large amounts, millions and millions of shares, they can't sell out right away. What they'll do is feed it out to the market. They'll prop it up, feed it out a little bit more, and I think that's what we're seeing here. So I think traders, although I love Google and I'll be a buyer of it at some point, the same way I was a buyer of Apple, around the 500 level, but now. I think traders need to be real cautious with Google here.
Okay. All right. Well said. Family Dollar Stores, FDO.
Yeah, I wanted to bring this up today. I was scanning through the charts this morning, as I do every day, looking for scalp setups, and I said, look at these dollar stores, Family Dollar and Dollar Tree, and all their Dollar General. I said these things could get a bid today because of gasoline, and I know a lot of traders wouldn't relate this, but it looks like the dollar stores, if you overlay a chart of the UGA, which is the United States Gasoline Fund, and you overlay a chart of Family Dollar, what you'll see is that the UGA, which is Gasoline Fund, trades opposite Family Dollar. So when gasoline goes higher, watch for Family Dollar to trade lower. When gasoline pulls back, Family Dollar is going to get a bid. And I think gasoline is in the process now of pulling back, and I think Family Dollar could see some upside. So just a correlation that I think is worth noting. And if any of your listeners have charts where they can overlay two investment equities over each other, I think they'll find that graph quite interesting.
Thank you for that. All right, now I just noticed the next on the list is Dollar General, DG, and it just blew right straight through its 50-period moving average today.
Yeah. I mean, gasoline, was down significantly this morning, and this thing, caught a pretty good little, caught a decent little bit of a bid. But overall, I think traders, want to watch out here. If gasoline starts to catch a bid, Dollar General will pull back. Right now, I have a very good resistance point for Dollar General, around $47.75 to $48. So we'll give it the upside till then.
Okay. Did the Family Dollar? Did we get a resistance area on that one from you?
Yeah. No, I didn't give that out. But resistance area right now would be 2 points. You're going to look at $60. It could be around $59.75. I'd say around $60, and then ultimately $62. No more than that.
All right. This next one, DLTR.
Yeah, well, DLTR is in that same family. That's Dollar Tree. And this one is hitting resistance right now around 42, but I would give it the upside to a nice gap window resistance point around 43.25 if it can trade a little bit higher. But right now, it should stall at least a little bit here around the 42 level. There's a lot of resistance from the high in November.
Okay. All right. Now, the U.S. dollar index, what's your thoughts there?
All right, the dollar, as you know, I was on your show, I am almost every week, but going back in, I believe it was late February, I said, to your listeners, the dollar has a ton of support around that 79, 78, 90, 78, 75 level. I said, people are looking for the dollar to collapse here, but there's a big-time support level there. And since then, the dollar has moved all the way up to 81.60. This is our upper range right now. So the dollar is a little bit overbought and extended, but it's gone up there with good velocity. So depending on how the dollar plays out over the next few days, this could set up to push higher, but it's going to need to consolidate or pull back a little bit first.
Okay, all right. Short-term cycle. You mentioned these last weeks about Monday and Tuesday. It worked perfectly for you.
Yeah, so far, we have had a cycle date for early this week. We got a nice sell-off in the market yesterday. Today, a pretty good decline as well, but, markets are coming back a little bit. That's what happens in the euphoric move. I ultimately think these markets are headed lower, but it should lead to another buying opportunity. So I don't think traders should, should expect this market to just roll over and play dead. I think it's going to come down a little bit. It's going to give everybody that buying opportunity, and then we'll get another bounce. So
do you think we're headed a little bit lower from here, or we may be looking at it right now?
Oh, no, we're going lower from here. I don't think it's going to be a big decline, though. I would say somewhere around the 4 to 5% level. That would be the extent of it. Then we'll see how the charts look, and then you possibly could get a bounce around that area.
Now I noticed that your partner Gareth had posted the shot heard around the world. Did you see that blog posting?
Oh, did he? I don't even know if that.
Yeah, he posted. Evidently, you guys nailed this thing exactly on.
Yeah, we did. We did capitalize, and we had a lot of trades out here on the short side going into yesterday, and most notably, we put a short out on the SMH at 35.75, and it traded up to 36, and now it's trading around 34.57, and that's just one of the many trades that we had out at the moment. So, yeah, we're having a pretty good 2 days here over at In the Money Stocks right now.
Well, let's pause and talk a moment about some of the trades that you just pulled off, because these are looking remarkably good.
Well, it's going to look even better once the market continues lower. So what we did today was we took some profits on a few equities, and one of them was the SDS. We took some profits, and now we'll see if the market could get a little bit of a bounce, and then we'll look to add to some more shorts here. But right now, we're sitting comfortably, all in the profits here, and stop losses are in place just in case our analysis is wrong. But right now, so far, so good. Okay.
All right. Now, we didn't get to GLD yet. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about GLD because I've been kind of, especially on your show, I've been warning people that gold has more downside. Now gold has hit my downside targets here. So, I can't get bearish on gold at the moment. I think traders that are aggressive could start to nibble on gold at this stage of the game. But overall, I think it's probably more prudent to wait for gold to stage some sort of a reversal and then look for a pattern to go long. If you're a real aggressive trader, gold does look desirable down here. I have yet to pull a gold long trade right now. I'm just going to give it a little bit more time. What I think is happening in the gold market personally, and this is just something I'll share with your listeners, is that I think that there's somebody out there was getting hurt in the market, and they had to unwind the gold position. Most notably, John Paulson, who's a famous hedge fund manager. I know that he has a lot of gold exposure, and I think that how it is when these big giant whales see a wounded whale out there, they're going to go after him, and it's like a school of sharks going after a whale that's leaking blood. So I think they've gone after John Paulson. I don't know if he's unwound enough here, but gold now starts to look attractive. Okay,
that being said, do you have any resistance areas? Because you're overall the bearish scenario, from my understanding, with what you're saying, is not over. So obviously, we're looking at a resistance area to short into this again.
Well, I think right now, if the GLD ever traded up to around 162, that's probably a stone cold short. Right now, that's about 10 points away, but gold's just not giving us a good buy signal right now, even though we did hit the support levels that were expected. But I think right now probably 162 would be the shorting area.
Okay. All right. Events coming up for our listening audience?
Yeah, well, we just had a couple events. A couple of events just take place that were really a large success. In fact, I had a Mastering the Morning Gap seminar this past Tuesday, which really was a blast, and a lot of people came out for that. And now our next big event is going to be on, I believe, Saturday, March 9th. I will be teaching the In the Money Stocks Methodology webinar. I'll teach all about our proprietary time counts or cycles, and everything else will be in there. It's about a 6-hour boot camp of a day, but that will be coming up on March 9th.
Okay, great. And web address for everybody to click on?
Yeah, the web address is inthemoneystocks.com, and we offer a 7-day free trial to our chat room. You'll get our gap plays every single day in the morning. You'll also see everything that we're doing throughout the trading day. Just today alone, I mean, we had about 5 or 6 scalp winners today. It's just been a great environment for trading, where you can come over to our research center if you work a full-time job and you want to swing trade, and you'll get all of our nightly setups.
Great. All right, Nick, thanks so much for keeping us on the right side of the market.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great day.
My pleasure. All right, everybody. Nick Santiago, President and CEO in the Money Stocks. All you have to do is just listen to the archives. You'll see this guy's been right on the money. All right.